Welcome into this episode of the Fisherman's Handbook. Today, Wade takes a trip down memory lane, going back to where his love of fishing all began and sharing that time with a lifelong friend.
This is going to be a fun trip. You know, Jeff and I are going to get a fish at a lake that was really key in our youth, for lack of a better word, growing up. I can admit it now, it's where I used to skip school and spend a lot of time. I mean, it was one of my favorite places to go fishing, and I'm gonna let him admit if he skipped school, because I already know the answer. I'm just curious if he'll be honest.
We are fixing to fish the lake that Wade and I both learned to bass fish on. That's a true story. I've been fishing this lake with my mom and dad when I was a kid since I was like 2. I had a membership here, and so did Wade. And this is where
I never skipped school and came to this lake one time in my life.
Yeah, always. This was our babysitter. This is where our parents would, so they could have, finally, it's weekend, we can get away from the kids, leave us here and dump us off in a john boat. They dump us off in the morning and pick us up at dark. Dark 30, that's what time we had to be in.
Fruit jar bass tournaments.
This is where it all happened.
You know, Ardmore Lake Club, it's a really cool little body of water right outside Ardmore, Oklahoma. It's been there forever, you know, and as kids we fished it and caught a lot of little fish, and it's gone through, just like all lakes do, resurgences, peaks and valleys. And you know, Jeff uses it a lot of times to go out and practice and get ready for a lot of his big fishing trips, you know, tournaments coming up. And for me, it's always just been a place that I like to go fish.
Got him, biggin'. Get out of your way.
Coming my way.
You caught the littlest bass in the lake.
Littlest bass in the lake. This is how big they was when
That's a
we were
good
growing
one,
up.
though. That's a good one. Hey, that's the first bass you've caught here in 20 years.
No, when we came out here that one day, we went flipping, and I caught some. We caught them. You caught them real good punching that time.
This is where I really learned to fish, was this lake. My parents would drop me off here in the mornings. Whenever as quick as I'd look forward to Saturday morning, they would drop me off and I would fish. I would just do laps around this lake until it was time for them to pick me up after dark. And Wade did too. So this is where Wade and I would fish, and then we would get a couple buddies together and we would take 2-man boats like the bass buggies and stuff. We would all throw in like $5 a piece and have tournaments out here. So I have been fishing this lake, really, that's what's scary. I have been fishing this lake for probably over 40 years of my life. So it's a special place to me.
Got him? Ah,
little guy.
Get me wet. Look at you. Why you got the water all over your body?
Dude, that's so unintentional.
Yeah.
That little guy.
But back in the day, if you'd caught one that big, you'd be like, oh, good one.
Heck yeah, dude. I still think they're all good, man.
Yeah.
You know I'm a numbers guy.
Yes, you are.
Coming up after the break, the numbers game continues as Wade and Jeff keep flipping fish into the boat at a furious pace. But before that, we take a look at the boat that's making today's trip possible, the RT-178 from Ranger, powered by a Yamaha 4-stroke engine. That and more, all right here on the Bass Pro Shops Fisherman's Handbook.
As people who love the outdoors, we know what we stand for. We stand for fish, wildlife, and conserving the places they call home. We stand for the traditions we inherited and that we must pass on. We stand for great gear, fair prices, expert service, and memorable experiences. At Bass Pro Shops and Cabela's, we stand together for you.
Groundbreaking designs, unsurpassed quality, and unshakable confidence. Welcome to the Ranger Z500 and Z100 series. Leading the industry for over 50 years, these rigs are custom crafted and loaded with more features and advantages to deliver the ultimate ownership experience. The legendary Ranger Z series. Unleash next level performance. Yamaha Outboards. Reliability starts here.
The Fisherman's Handbook is brought to you in part by Bass Pro Shops and Cabela's. Your adventure starts here. Garmin. Fight your fish, not your fish finder. And by Yamaha Marine. Reliability starts here.
You know, our setup for this trip's really cool. We've got you know, one of the many different models of Ranger aluminum boats. It's perfect for a lot of different bodies of water. It's got a little 25 horsepower Yamaha motor on it. You talk about fuel efficiency and quiet. That's it to a T.
Some of the very best lakes out there have horsepower restrictions. Like this lake has a 25 horsepower restriction. That little 25 looks pretty small, but it packs a punch. Now, look at some of the smaller outboards. That thing right there, I mean, you put that thing on a little John boat, I'm gonna tell you, it's gonna fly. And you can do a lot in an aluminum boat.
And these style of boats are really perfect for a lot of people and a lot of small bodies of water. I mean, you look at the features built into the boat that we've got here. Plenty of rod storage, a big deck for 2 guys and a camera guy in the back. You put a little 25 horsepower Yamaha on the back like this, and you've got a great price point boat that you can still go out and catch just as big or bigger fish in than we do when we're running a lot of our big boats around.
The big boats are awesome. I love it. I love my big boat. I got a 250 show on it, and I love that boat. But don't think you have to drop that kind of money to be a good tournament angler. Because when I show up at a tournament, like a local tournament, the guy that scares me the most, honestly, is the guy in the boat like that when they call his number, he goes around the corner and puts that trolling motor down. Because I know that guy, he's gonna fish all day. Okay, he's gonna fish what's in front of him, and that's exactly what we did on this lake.
Uh-oh, fish on. Oh, good one. Begging. Look at you. You called it, there'd be a 5-pounder on this.
That's the average one out here, dude. I want you to look at how healthy these suckers are. You see, like,
they didn't grow up like
dude,
that.
They're all like that. Isn't that crazy, dude? Look at that fish. You know what that is? That's a future stud. Look at that. Don't. This is what happens when we all get old right there.
You get a little pouch, get a little pooch. You start leaning a little bit too. You know, for me, when it comes to flipping and pitching and fishing shallow cover or however we're gonna catch them, you know, I'm fairly straightforward. I'm either gonna use like 40 to 60 pound SUNLINE braid, 20 pound fluorocarbon. I'm gonna have some type of a soft plastic. I'm a fighting frog fanatic. Love to flip a tube as well. And then I'm gonna, you know, my weight size is gonna be based on the conditions and the bottom depth that we're fishing at. And other than that, keep it fairly simple. About 4 or 5 basic colors out there, and off I go.
Got him.
They shrank. That's awesome. I'll take bites.
I will too.
I will too. You've caught this one before. He had a hole in the other side of his head. You've caught him before.
Tell you,
they all feel good.
it's easier to catch a 5-pounder here than one like that.
Well, thanks, talent. Well, thank you for that. You know.
That's what I'm saying.
Tell me how good I was
what you
right
did
there.
was strong right there.
You got strong game.
The biggest thing I can say to you when you're flipping, and all you guys that flip a lot, you know, so it goes in one area and out the other. But if you're new to flipping and all that, when you flip that bait in there, let that bait, when you flip in there, let that bait fall on that slack line, okay? Watch your line. You'll see that line when it falls, you'll see it jump. So many of your bites come on that first fall. And then once it falls, when I hop it, but I don't like keep my line tight. I don't want it to look, I want it to be natural. So when I hop it, I'm letting it fall back down on slack line, and that's when you'll get your bites, okay?
Got him.
Look at here. This sucker, look at the thing on, this sucker has a goiter, dude. Look at that. What is that? Touch it. Touch it. Don't touch it, dude.
It's a bone, dude. It's a bone.
Yeah, look at that thing, dude.
Touch it. It's a bone. Feel it. It's hard. It's hard.
Dude, that's
Look at it. It's coming out of there.
Oh, he needs to.
It's a giant zit. Look at that.
Thank you, but you're gross.
Dude, that was gross. It's like a little alien worm.
Dude, it was.
Time right now for a quick break, but when we return, Wade and Jeff are back out on the water for a second day of action on the Ardmore Lake Club. Some friendly competition emerges, and the fish are biting. Stay tuned. You won't want to miss a second of it.
An entirely new species of extreme predator is moving offshore. The Yamaha 5.6-liter V8 XTO offshore outboard. Extreme big block thrust and power. in the industry's first direct injection 4-stroke. Quiet, efficient, powerful, and proven Yamaha reliability. More than an outboard, it's a fully integrated power system. The all-new Yamaha V8 XTO Offshore.
You sons of fishes. Ain't enough fish on this lake for 2 clubs.
Really? Well, we see plenty of fish live with Panoptics.
Yep. Dang, we should get Panoptics. Or maybe we'll just take yours.
What's going on here? You boys have license?
Yes, sir.
Nope.
There he is.
Oh, I got him.
The Fisherman's Handbook is brought to you in part by Ranger Boats, still building legends, one at a time. ENGEL, the original high-performance cooler. SUNLINE America, the strength to guarantee your confidence. And by Bradley Smoker, food smoking made easy.
Yeah. Round 2, we got cut short yesterday, boy.
Rain and poor weather conditions hindered Wade and Jeff's ability to fish thoroughly on their first day of fishing at the Ardmore Lake Club. However, they were able to establish a pattern. Recent rains have pushed the fish up shallow into the thick cover, and if you can flip a bait in front of them, they're ready to bite.
You know, this is a fairly round body of water. It's got a few little pockets in it, lots of cattails, rocks, and scattered docks out there. But it's a great place to go fishing. And you can catch them a lot of different ways. You always have been able to. But one way that's always been very good and way to go catch them is flipping. And what's ironic is, Jeff is really known as a finesse fisherman, but in all honesty, that couldn't be further from the truth in his upbringing. I mean, he was a flipper growing up, and he always did it with a tube, and he won a lot of money on it.
Oh, bigot. Oh, there's a real one.
There's
God,
a
look
tube
at that.
fish.
Holy cow. Look at that sucker. Hey, you think that fish spawned yet? Good grief, dude. Look at that, man. Yeah. All right.
Now there's your tube fish.
That's my 2 fish. Back to the old school, man, what I used to win all my money on right there. Let that sucker get back on the bed.
Why did you quit doing it though?
I quit flipping a tube because I lost too many fish, because all the tubes out there now are way too hard. So, like that, you can see what happens with a really stiff tube is when you jerk, that tube will ball down here and you lose a lot of fish. You've got to go through 2 sides of plastic. So you can see I jerked and I tore the tube. And you may say, well, I don't want that to happen. The difference between maybe somebody else and me, I want to catch the fish that bites me because I have money riding on it. So it's a really, really soft tube. They said, what bait do you want? I said, I want a tube again, because that's what I used to win all my money on. But I lost as much money as I won on a tube. So when they said, what do you want? I said, these are the colors I want, and I want it to make it so soft. I wanted you to make it softer than you think you should make it. So they did, and now I've been flipping this tube all during the off season, and I'm going to make a lot of money on this tube. And the deal is everybody flips like the beaver style bait. If you went to a weekend tournament, about everybody's flipping a beaver style bait. I don't want to flip the same thing as everybody else. Everybody's kind of gotten away from flipping a tube. So then I feel like I'm going to get bites behind guys that are flipping something else.
Uh-oh, my partner's on. Oh, it's a good one. I think we're going to win. It's getting smaller as he gets to the boat, though.
Pretty good one. No, but he's not a 3.5 pounder.
No, he ain't gonna make it.
But he sure was fun, and I got them nervous. A lot of it is about head games. You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
Just trying to keep them on their toes a little
Gambling
bit.
with the cameraman on the size of the fish. I still like our bet. I still like our chances. The thing about fishing with Jeff and I is we can get in a bind. We may be there for a mission because we're both in the industry, but we can get offline pretty quick. We can get on these wild tangents and goofing off. And I mean, there's no telling what one or the other is going to do, but the reality is we're competitive in a lot of ways as well. So, you know, on this particular trip, we're even kind of kind of playing with the camera guys. Hey, tell us how many fish we can or can't catch between this point and this point, and you know how big they've got to be, because it's a challenge, and that makes it fun. It makes us really focus, because otherwise we're allowed to be off on some left field tangent out there gossiping and messing with each other and forget that we're there to catch a few fish. All right, set the goal, Jeff. You pick the distance.
Well, we don't, okay, I'll say up from, when I get around this dock, between there and that next dock, we'll catch at least 1 3-pounder.
Oh, be a 3-pounder, are we on the board? Oh, that's going to deep one now.
Oh,
we should have done a numbers one on this one. We didn't negotiate.
see how I'm losing that tube? That may be aggravating to you, but it's good to me because I'm not missing. Look at that stunning, that sucker looks like a goby.
He got an issue.
Look at that.
Here, we need a picture of that one. Give us a picture, Kevin.
Look at this. You know what he says? He goes,
Hey, look at him.
Doy.
He's got an underbite that like goes for days.
Bless your heart.
He's never got a
for your,
girlfriend ever.
no, you poor thing. I know a bass that won't be doing any spawning this spring.
Nobody likes you.
Oh, bless his heart. My
Cutie.
brother's a plastic surgeon. He can fix you up.
The camera crew has taken an early lead over the fishermen, as Wade and Jeff are unable to meet the required needs for the given challenges. But when we come back, can the luck turn in their favor? Find out after the break.
Secrets are created to protect information, but keeping a secret is not as easy as it seems. For over a decade, anglers across the nation have used secret lures tackle to reel in their catch. From small ponds to large bodies of water and tour-level events, the secret to their success has been tied to the end of their line all along. They've been using secret lures. First you've heard of them? Maybe your fishing buddies aren't really your buddies. Visit secretlures.com and place your order today.
Going down after Cuddy. That's a better one. Good fish right there.
The Fisherman's Handbook is brought to you in part by Sawyer Products. We keep you outdoors. Secret Lures. The secret is out. And by Hobie Fishing. Mirage Drive Pedal Systems.
Yeah. Oh, he's barely hooked, dude.
Barely.
We need him because we got to catch 8.
You got to catch 8. Got 1 hook in him in this round. We got him.
Nice, Wade.
How far do we got to do to catch 8 in this round? We're down a lot to the cameraman. Even though we're catching fish nonstop, we're still losing dollars. You got one?
Oh, it's a big one. It's a big one.
It's a good one. I'm going to let this one go. You can get that one.
That's a 4-pounder, dude.
So the bet on this one was we had to catch 8 fish from that dock to that point, and one of them had to be
is he a 4-pounder or not?
I don't know. You're going to have to.
I mean, I think it's a 4-pounder.
I think it's 4-pounder.
The thing about a fisherman, the professional fisherman, and with Wade and I, is there's always a bet. There's always a bet. So rather than bet against each other, because I had the front of the boat, you know what I mean? I'm getting first shot. So we got all these bets against the cameramen. And you know what? This morning, you know, it'd be just a deal, okay, you get 200 yards to catch. You've got to catch 5 bass, and one of them's got to be a 4-pounder. So really, it started off where they were beating us down. They had us down $3 or $4.
A real one there.
Oh!
Now,
Got him.
that's a real one.
That one. Well, we won a bet.
We did.
We won a bet. Yeah, man.
Wade and Jeff have started to figure things out a little bit and are gaining ground on the camera crew's early lead. But when you're fishing with Jeff Kriet, you never know what might happen next. And there's a good chance that whatever it is will distract you and take your mind off of fishing in a hurry.
I really don't know what to say or even how to portray this. It's burned into my mind really kind of bad, honestly. He gets out on the dock and he lays down like a centerfold model. By no means is any man over 40 a centerfold model in any way, in any shape, in any form. I don't even know how you can think this. He lays down by these pink flowers on the dock and poses. He's not a Sports Illustrated model. He's not a centerfold, but he did it. And I can't get that image out of my mind for some reason, something about it, I don't know. I'm scarred maybe for life.
We have to catch at least a 4.5 pounder. One 4.5 pounder. You good with that? Oh, that's up to you. I mean, I was just saying a big fish.
So this is just a big fish derby.
Biggin? Is that our biggin?
Better here. This
that may be our
winner
four,
right
is
there.
That the one?
This is our winner.
Get him, Wade. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, there's our 5.
Oh, yeah.
There we go.
That's a good one.
That's winner chicken dinner right there. Look at the gut on that fish right there. That's what I'm talking about. Todd moved up.
Oh, yeah.
Todd moved up.
That's a good one, dude.
That's a solid fish right there. All right, we'll let him go back.
We caught back up. We're even now. I feel like it's a victory. In their mind, they thought, we got these guys, but Wade picked up a Spro square bill and saved us one round. I flipped up a big one at the end of a deal off a stretch that I didn't think we'd catch one on, and then Wade caught a good one on a jig. So all in all, it's a victory. Anytime you're not paying, it's a victory. So the fact that we tied against 2 cameramen who I thought were my friends that were trying to bet against us, we're trying to make a good show, and they're betting we're not gonna catch them.
You know, fishing trips like this, it just goes to show you, you don't have to overthink it. You don't have to get too complicated. You can just go out with a buddy in a small boat with a small motor and a few rods and reels and some baits and have a great time. I mean, this is a great little setup that you and anybody anywhere along the lines can go out and enjoy and have a good time with. It just so happens on this one here, we probably clowned a little more than we normally would, but we caught a lot of bass.
I filmed quite a few shows throughout the year and all that, and I think that I was more excited to come here with Wade than I was when I film on Falcon or film on all these other places. And the reason is I just wanted him to see how good the lake, he hasn't been here in years, okay? When we fished it, this thing was just full of a million little ones. And I wanted him to see the quality of these bass. They don't even look real, you know? They got these little mouths, big fat bodies, and just to come out here and just to, no pressure, not gonna run around anywhere. We're gonna put the trolling motor down and we're gonna fish. And we had a good time. Wade had fun. He's really busy, I'm really busy, but you know what? We've been talking about this for years. He lined up the perfect boat for the lake, and we came out here and I feel like it's gonna be a good show. We caught a bunch of nice fish. It couldn't have gone any better.
Thanks for watching this episode of the Fisherman's Handbook. This has been a Carico TV production.
Flowing the wrong way, obviously. There's a pattern to this. Hey, there's grass out there, Wade. Throw out there. Which way is he throwing?
At Sawyer, we use the best technology to make simple products that keep you going regardless of your journey. So whether you're boating, hiking, fishing, camping, or hunting, we keep you outdoors with a full lineup of products to both protect you and make the outdoors more enjoyable. Sawyer, we keep you outdoors.
This tube is the greatest thing in the world. When you're catching fish on it, it builds your confidence. To me, that's the most important part of bass fishing, is you have to have confidence in this bait when we're throwing it.
I've had guys say, you fish like you believe there's a fish there. Well, I do. I'm feeling everything that I can feel with that bait.
If you need to get bites, it'll just absolutely get bit.
Here at Big Bite Baits, we've got a big line of different plastics, and they're all a tool, so you want to have them with you all the time.
I made several checks in crowded areas flipping that right there. Just a 6-inch Big Bite Kriet tail worm.
Here at Big Bite, we came out with 4 brand new colors this year. All 4 of these colors are going to be great fish catching baits. Definitely my #1 go-to bait that Big Bite has out right now is the Big Bite Battle Bug.
Big Bite is leading the way when it comes to innovation and colors. Many said that we were just obsessed when we started, that there had to be an easier way to smoke food. As time passed, the Bradley family created a lineup of Bradley electric smokers that has made it easier for the novice or even expert chef to get perfect results every time they use it. Grab yourself a Bradley smoker and take your cooking to an all-new level.
We demand a lot from the products that we use on our adventures around the world. When it comes to keeping things seriously cold, we rely on ENGEL coolers, who have for over 50 years kept things cold. ENGEL coolers, the original high-performance cooler.
Tired of forgetting to set a recording or missing the latest episode of your favorite outdoors show? Check out Outdoor Action today. Never miss a second of shows like Americana Outdoors, Cabela's Fisherman's Handbook, and Whitetail Diaries. All of this at the press of a button, without a subscription fee required. Start watching your favorite shows when you want to watch them by going to OutdoorAction.com or through the Outdoor Action channel on any Roku device.